Aloha and welcome to Mana Inspiration with yours truly, Note Endurance. And like always, we have that scripture. This week's scripture is 1 Peter 4, verse 10, which states, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. As I read that, I heard this saying and it says, can you handle being number two? And that's not the poop emoji. What I mean by that is, what if your gift is meant to make somebody else look better? Um, can you be in the background without making it about you? I asked myself that question, and as I was digging deep into this, a lot of kept popping up about reaping and sowing. James Allen says the law of harvest is to reap more than you sow. Then I started asking myself this question is, are you sowing more than you're reaping? Are you putting in more than you're getting back? A lot of people would say yes, but if you really dive in, are you really giving more than what you're receiving? And a lot, including myself, would say no. Then I heard this from Robert Louis Stevenson. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Then it started leading me to two questions which I asked myself is, what seeds are you sowing? So that started me thinking. Then the other question is, how do we use our gifts for others? Which also led me to the two things I think. And one is, we can use our gifts to celebrate others. What I mean by that is by serving. If there's a need, you can celebrate by helping. You can celebrate by being joyous with somebody. Use your gift so that way it can help encourage somebody else. The second is to sow into others. And that really had me thinking of, how can you sow into others? And I think by giving them your attention, giving them your presence. And I think Maya Angelou said it best. It says, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So, how are you sowing into others? Are you making them feel good? Are you using your gift to help celebrate for others' benefit? No. Can you give yourself a bigger purpose than you? Which leads me back to that original question. Can you handle being number two? And if you look at it that way, I think by serving, by building yourself, you're able to reach that level to where you're able to reach number one by being number two, if that makes sense. You can only be a chief by first becoming an Indian and collecting one feather at a time. So that's what I mean is, can you give to that bigger purpose than yourself? And eventually, and I think Zig Ziglar says it the best, the more you help others get what they want, the more you will help get what you want. So, how are you sowing to others? What seeds are you sowing? Are you celebrating with others? Are you sowing into them? What are you doing more than reaping? I would say, let's give. Let's get into a generosity of giving and helping others, so that way we are internally blessed ourselves. And on that note, I want to salute you guys. Thank you for watching. Aloha. Salute to the troops. Watch the message, like, subscribe, share with others. But like every Mana Inspiration video, we are here to get through this thing called life. together. Aloha. Have a blessed week. Thanks, guys.